Hi, my name is Ricky, and today I'm going to be reading through my University of California Personal Insight Questions, or UC PIQs, that helped me get accepted to UCLA and the Haas School of Business Global Management Program at UC Berkeley. Thank you once again for all the support I've been receiving on my YouTube channel. Making these videos is a pretty easy thing for me to do, so if I can help anyone with their college applications with these videos, then I'm more than happy to keep making them. So for the UC application, you have to choose 4 out of 8 prompts for your essays. You don't have a personal statement like how you do on the Common App. Instead, you have 4 personal insight questions, which are, I'm pretty sure, 350 words in length and just more shorter style essay prompts. The 8 prompts usually stay the same for all application cycles, so I'm just going to be reading off of the prompts that I had for my cycle, but I'm pretty sure it will be the exact same prompts that are being used for the current admission cycle. So I'm going to be reading straight off of my UC application, the exact essays that I wrote. So I'm going to start off with the first PIQ that I chose, which was the creative essay. And the prompt for this essay wrote, "Every person has a creative side, and it can be expressed in many ways. Problem solving, original and innovative thinking, and artistically, to name a few. Describe how you express your creative side." So here's the essay that I wrote for that prompt. As I prepare to hit record, I stare at the clay piece on top of the slime, contemplating how I want the video to begin. Do I crush the clay immediately or let it slowly crumble into the gelatinous material? I get particular when it comes to executing my vision. Slime is a semi-fluid substance made primarily of glue and similar in texture to putty. Slime videos are the sole form of marketing for my business. I create slime videos daily, posting on my Instagram and TikTok accounts. These videos range from mixing slime with miscellaneous items such as styrofoam beads to videos of slime from my store. Manifesting my artistic ability through the slimy substance has allowed me to use my creativity productively. My favorite videos involve making slime that resembles food or drinks. I take inspiration from the San Francisco Bay Area culture when I create new products. These inspirations have led me to formulate slime that resembles bubble tea, honey toast, and mochi, to name a few. Creating slime with ties to my home triggers nostalgia with every stretch, squeeze, and poke I make with it. Creating my frog cake slime was a process that sticks out among the thousands of slimes I've created and filmed. The concept came from a TikTok video showcasing a minimalistic cake complete on top with a frog made of frosting. I was enamored by this cute dessert and wanted to replicate it with slime materials. I molded clay into the frog shape, placed it onto some slime, and pressed record. The slime was an instant hit. The slime's complexity was far ahead of slimes I made in the past. This slime advanced my creative process, giving me the confidence to make more intricate products. Filming slime remains challenging. It won't always hold its desired shape, or will frustratingly form an invasive bubble that ruins the video's aesthetic. However, it wouldn't feel rewarding if there weren't any forks in the road. Each slime video I make and challenge I overcome stimulates my creativity and keeps me reaching for more bottles of glue. So the next essay prompt that I chose was the prompt that goes over a great talent or skill. So the exact prompt that comes from the University of California writes, "What would you say is your greatest talent or skill? How have you developed and demonstrated that talent over time?" So here's the essay that I wrote for this prompt. "Entrepreneurship is a skill I've kept in my back pocket from ages 5 to 17. Applying it in situations that require problem solving and innovative solutions. My first lemonade stand marks the beginning of this skill's development. The rural road I live on holds only 3 families. But this didn't stop me from placing a lemonade for sale sign in my front yard. I longed for the experience other kids got when selling lemonade curbside. So to achieve this, I made flyers and dropped them into every mailbox within a 3-mile radius of mine. My marketing as a 5-year-old paid off, as I soon had a line of eager customers awaiting my lemonade. This event was monumental in crafting my entrepreneurial skills, as it proved I could take a seemingly unworkable idea and successfully execute it. My early success in product marketing and skills in entrepreneurship helped me when I wanted to start my own business." RL Slimes debuted as a small Instagram page in 2017, but has grown to become a pretty sticky empire of its own. I entered the slime market with no experience of how slime worked or how to manipulate it into a sellable product. This lack of experience did not hold me back. Entrepreneurship prompted me to assert myself in the already booming market. I quickly learned tactics from successful slimers and repurposed them for myself. My assertiveness paid off, as RL Slimes has become one of the leading slime businesses globally. I now travel the country and ship my products worldwide. I've sold thousands in total. Coordinating, running, and executing the first California Slime Convention was another accomplishment deemed unfeasible. However, my former triumphs made me believe I could do it. As an eager 13-year-old business owner, I wanted to bring the world of slime to Sonoma County. I met with multiple event spaces until I signed a deal with the DoubleTree Hotel, paying with 100% of my own money. Sonoma Slime Fest remained the largest slime convention on the West Coast for its time, and it was my entrepreneurial spirit that made it happen. So the next essay prompt that I chose goes over a challenge or skill that you've had to overcome. The direct prompt from the UC's reads, "Describe the most significant challenge you have faced and the steps you have taken to overcome this challenge. How has this challenge affected your academic achievement? And here's the essay that I wrote for that prompt. The night of October 8th was fairly calm. I worked on a project for my 8th grade history class and FaceTimed with friends. As I turned over to fall asleep, I received an unusual text from my best friend reading, "Do you smell the smoke?" I jolted out of bed and stuck my head out of the slider connected to my bedroom. I didn't smell anything. Still worried, I made my way to the living room where floor-to-ceiling windows reveal a distant mountain range. Here, I saw miles worth of flames. I ran to my parents' bedroom to wake them. We collected a few items and drove off. After that night, I didn't sleep in my house for 6 months. Luckily, my home was able to stay standing by the grace of a team of firefighters, but the damage left it unlivable. Not only was I displaced from my home, but my middle school and the high school I was set for the following year perished as well. I moved residences and school locations in a matter of one night. I moved into a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 animals, and my education migrated into an abandoned schoolhouse. My academics were at risk from teachers adapting to a new environment and teaching methods quickly, but I kept moving in the same way I did before the fire. Knowing I was set for high school the following year meant I couldn't jeopardize my educational foundation. The Tubbs fire prepared me for any curveball that could be thrown in my academics. Sudden changes in location and format now seemed second nature. Switching to distance learning due to COVID-19 was simple compared to the effect fire had on my education. The Tubbs fire provided me with grit that I can apply in any situation that catches me by surprise. I used this grit when navigating school via Zoom and social life through a screen. The Tubbs fire stole many things from me, but it strengthened my will to persevere through any obstacle or unforeseen event. So the final essay prompt that I chose to respond to goes over how you have made your school or community a better place. The direct prompt reads, "What have you done to make your school or your community a better place?" And here's my response to it. My relationship with slime is lighthearted. I used to sell slime simply as a playful toy, but now I understand its value as a tool. 4 to 5 human senses get used when playing with slime, which makes it serviceable for people with sensory processing disorders like autism. I wanted to turn my business into something that could help people more directly, which urged me to reach out to a local elementary school for students with autism. The Inova Center for Education staff was eager to partner with me, as slime was already being used as one of their sensory tools. Before reaching out, I had no direct relationship with anyone on the autism spectrum and was truly naive of the disorder. Working alongside the staff has allowed me to educate myself on autism and grow connections with amazing students. Working alongside the staff has allowed me to educate myself on autism and grow connections with amazing students. The genuine joy I see as the students work with their slime leaves me incredibly grateful for finding a community that can utilize slime beyond its conventional use. I want slime to be something the students can use to express themselves, not just as a tool for in-class productivity. I'm planning an art project where the students will design a slime and then make it with food dye, glitter, and scents. I've been getting to know each of the 10 students personally through our sessions. The last session included our favorite smells. Our next session will involve individual slimes according to each student's favorite smell, hopefully making them feel special while introducing a new sensory factor. Getting to know the students has made me want to further research autism and slime's applicability, locating which factors make slime so valuable for the autism community. With this research, I want to find a way to make slime an even more accessible tool to more students. Witnessing the students' reactions to slime has enlightened me to the incredible capabilities slime has to offer. Seeing how slime has been conducive for the groups of kids I've worked with has made me want to deliver slime to more students with autism. So those are all of my UC personal insight questions that I wrote. I dedicated a lot of time to writing these essays and wanted to make sure that I was spreading out the writing period and revision period over more than a few days so that I could be clear-minded when I was revising and reading my essays back. The approach that you should have with these essays should honestly be pretty different than the approach that you have for other college essays, especially when comparing to supplemental essays like UChicago's Uncommon Essay. The way you write these essays should be completely polar of one another, even polar to your Common App personal statement if you're also applying for the Common App. Your UC PIQs should be really straightforward and kind of to the point. You don't want to get caught up in a bunch of figurative language and symbolism like you might in some other essays. And a lot of schools look for that innovative writing, but the UCs really don't care about that in these essays. They just want to get to know you as quickly as possible because they are reading through your application at lightning speed. I'm pretty sure the UC spend 10 minutes per applicant, which is nothing. So you want to make sure that they are getting as much information about you as quickly and effectively as possible. I've heard some experts say that these essays, if you were to read them out loud, should sound as simple as if you were to have a conversation. Like the essay should sound like you speaking in a conversation. I didn't personally go that far, but I definitely did simplify my essays down a ton. Some of the prompts I used for other schools, and they were a lot more literary, had more symbolism and all that stuff. but I definitely really simplified it down for the UCs because I knew that they don't care about that. They just want to get to know you as definitively and quickly as possible, and they don't care about all these other literary loopholes. So you want your point to be quickly inspiring and have an anecdote right in the beginning so that they know exactly what they're going to be reading from the get-go and they don't have to go back and read it again. You want it to be something that's very, very, very easy to read. You definitely don't want to be throwing in a bunch of big words to kind of prove your intelligence. Save that for some other essays. Don't put that into these essays. I definitely think you should choose your prompts wisely. I really like how the UCs give you the option of 8 different essays. If you are writing an essay for another school outside of the UC application that has a similar prompt, choose one of the UC essay prompts that aligns with that so you're not having to do a whole lot more writing. I was initially going to apply to Georgetown. I didn't end up applying, but when I was going to apply, I saw that they had a talent or skill essay. So that's why I chose the talent or skill essay on the UC application. And even though I didn't apply to Georgetown, I was generating ideas already for that essay. So I already had some ideas and I didn't have to go in cold for that essay prompt. So just trying to figure out ways that you can mold and kind of repurpose other past essays that you've written for these essays. It's super important and will save you a ton of time and you'll be thanking yourself. I think one of the biggest things that I had to remember when I was doing my UC application is that they're not getting our personal statement. And I included so much vital information about myself in my Common App personal statement, and I had to rethink how to put all of the important information that I had in my essay that all the schools in the Common App were getting into my UC PIQs because they're not getting that important information. So find ways to repurpose parts of your Common App essay. If it's an essay that really shows your true self, which it should if it's your Common App personal statement. So find ways to incorporate parts of your personal statement into your PIQs. I know I took a ton of lines from my personal statement and incorporated them into my PIQs where it made sense. And if you can compare my 2 essays. I'll link my Common App personal statement essay that I read. You can see a lot of parallels between the essays that I wrote, and it's super important because these are essays that you're spending so much time on and you want to use them to their fullest potential. So if you can take some stuff from your personal statement and put it into your UC PIQs, totally do that. You should definitely be doing that because you obviously have a lot of really vital, important information in there and you want to make sure that that gets translated into your UC application also. Just as with all college essays, when you're having people revise and look over your essays, I really strongly recommend not to have more than 2 to 3 people read your essays over because the most important thing is having your voice and your personality come through in your writing, and you don't want your voice and your personality to get skewed and to get diluted with so many other people's perspectives because that will end up happening if you have 5, 6, 7, I can't imagine 10 people reading over your essay because it's not going to be your words anymore. So go with 3 people that you really trust. I know for these essays, I had one of my really closest friends who is a student at Berkeley and her roommates kind of read over my essay and then had my dad read over, and that was literally it. And of course me. So have people that you trust read over your essays or just people that you think could give you a really good informed opinion on it. I haven't publicly said this in any of my YouTube videos, but I can totally help edit your college essays if that's something that you really need. I absolutely don't charge or anything. I've been reading over a lot of Common App essays, offering my advice. I spend a lot of time reading them over. We'll give a lot of suggestions and we'll work you through multiple revisions. So if that's something that you really need for your Common App personal statement or for your UC PIQs or any other supplemental essays, definitely feel free to either DM me on Instagram or send me an email. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. Definitely comment any more video suggestions. I will be making a lot of college content. I am literally moving in less than 2 weeks, which is crazy to me. If you want to see videos of me at the University of Chicago, definitely stick around and you'll be seeing a lot of those videos. You can also see shorter content of my college life on my TikTok or on my Instagram. So look out for new upcoming videos and hopefully I'll see you soon.